Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Thai Sounds, the OPEC oil cartel is facing a severe crisis of dissolution following regional turmoil and member disputes. Following the outbreak of the Iran war, which led to the prolonged blockade of the vital Strait of Hormuz, the United Arab Emirates (UAE) withdrew from OPEC to freely increase its oil production. Now, Iraq, another major Persian Gulf producer, is demanding an increase in its oil production quota, threatening to withdraw from the organization if its demands are not met. Salim al-Rikabi, spokesperson for Iraq's oil ministry, stated that while the ministry has not yet officially decided to leave and remains committed to working within OPEC's framework, they will have to make a choice between staying or exiting if their quota is not raised to match their capacity and needs. OPEC's primary method for regulating oil prices relies on strictly limiting member production to prevent oversupply. OPEC's BED has commissioned an independent review of member nations' technical production capacities expected to be completed later this year to help set the production targets for 2027. According to a report from Newswire.ca, IBM has announced a major semiconductor breakthrough by introducing the world's first sub-1 nanometer (nm) chip technology developed at the 0.7 nanometers, 7 angstrom node. This landmark achievement aims to overcome the physical scaling limits of traditional semiconductors. The new technology utilizes IBM's revolutionary Nanostack architecture, which is the industry's first three-dimensional, nanosheet-based design. By vertically stacking and staggering transistors, this architecture allows IBM to pack nearly 100 billion transistors onto a chip the size of a fingernail, roughly doubling the density of its 2 nanometers predecessor. The sub-1 nanometer chip is projected to deliver up to a 50% increase in performance, or a 70% reduction in energy consumption compared to current 2 nanometers chips. This advancement is expected to greatly accelerate computing capabilities for demanding workloads such as generative AI, cloud infrastructure, and next-generation consumer electronics. IBM anticipates that this technology establishes a foundation for another decade of semiconductor scaling, with a potential path to commercial production within the next 5 years. According to a report by Metro.co.uk, at least 17 people were injured after a car plowed into football fans celebrating a World Cup victory in the resort city of Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Hordes of jubilant fans had gathered in the streets to celebrate Mexico's 3-0 victory over the Czech Republic, which secured their qualification for the round of 32. As the crowded streets became blocked, footage captured online showed fans surrounding a black vehicle, pressing against its bonnet and windows. The car suddenly accelerated into the crowd and attempted to drive off. Following the incident, the occupants of the vehicle were promptly arrested at the scene. Local authorities, including Alberto Renteria Santana, the General Secretary of the Los Cabos City Council, confirmed that all 17 injured victims were transported to local hospitals and are currently in a stable condition. No fatalities have been recorded, and an investigation into the incident is actively ongoing. According to a report by CNBC, Chevron Chief Financial Officer Amer Bonner stated that U.S. gasoline prices are expected to normalize and fall as tensions in the Middle East ease. Her comments came shortly after President Donald Trump heavily criticized major oil companies, accusing them of gouging consumers by keeping fuel prices high at the pump, despite a recent decline in global crude oil prices. President Trump has ordered the Department of Justice to launch an investigation into big oil practices, asserting that gasoline prices should ideally be around $2.25 per gallon. In response, Bonner emphasized during her interview with CNBC's Squawk Box Europe that energy majors are doing everything in their power to manage the situation. However, She explained that a natural lag exists between the reduction of crude oil prices and the corresponding price drop at the pump. To address global energy needs, Bonner highlighted that Chevron is actively working to increase its production by 7% to 10% this year. Meanwhile, a DOJ spokesperson confirmed their commitment to ensuring fuel affordability for American consumers. According to Jeji Press, Europe is currently struggling with an unprecedented heat wave, with temperatures exceeding 35 degrees Celsius in many regions. An analysis indicates that more than two-thirds of the continent's population, or over 350 million people, are experiencing temperatures above 30 degrees Celsius. In France, Wednesday marked the hottest day on record since 1947, with parts of the country reaching a sweltering 41.8 degrees Celsius. Britain and Spain have also recorded their highest ever June temperatures. Experts from a scientific study attribute this extreme weather largely to human-induced climate change, stating that temperatures would have been 2 to 4 degrees cooler without its influence. The soaring heat has strained infrastructure not designed for such conditions, leading to power outages in France and warnings of power supply squeezes in the United Kingdom. Public health officials are warning of severe risks, while businesses and popular tourist landmarks like the Eiffel Tower have had to close early. The heat wave is expected to move eastward, threatening to break more records in Germany, Poland, and Croatia in the coming days. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.